In the United States of America, democracy is the foundation of our way of life. People should not have to wait 5 hours to vote. And what happened yesterday in Arizona is a disgrace.
The long line of voters at the polls, almost as long as the list of critics lining up tonight to blast Arizona's presidential preference election.
Yeah, you've seen these incredible images. Some of you waiting more than 5 hours just to cast your vote yesterday. We've got team coverage for you tonight, beginning with the blame being placed squarely on the shoulders of County Recorder Helen Purcell. ABC 15's Melissa Blasius joining us live. And Melissa, people already throwing their names in the mix to take her job.
Yeah, that's right. A local attorney now has thrown his hat in the ring to run for Maricopa County Recorder this year. This one day after there were ridiculously long lines at polling places like this that they're talking about all over the country. People will be telling their children about this for years to come. It was something that absolutely shouldn't happen. And while the Maricopa County Recorder has promised that it will never happen again, you can't take back such a monumental mistake.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Helen Purcell's gotta go!
With dozens protesting outside the Maricopa County Elections Office and thousands frustrated with long voting lines yesterday,
I have to apologize to them profusely.
County Recorder Helen Purcell says she's to blame for the whole debacle.
I made an error. In judgment in planning this election, I should have had more polling places.
Purcell says she decided to reduce the number of polling sites for this year's presidential preference election from about 200 to just 60. The County Board of Supervisors approved the plan last month over Supervisor Steve Gallardo's objections.
It's not a money issue. It wasn't an independent issue. It was a poor judgment issue. Anytime you disenfranchise one voter, you've disenfranchised too many.
Protesters asking whether the polling place reduction was a deliberate effort to suppress the vote.
That was certainly not my intent, and what never would be.
I think it's way too early to say that anybody's rights were necessarily violated.
Regardless, there are calls for a Justice Department investigation and talk of lawsuits.
We haven't seen the end of this.
As for Purcell, she says she won't step down willingly. But after decades running elections in this county, she realizes this year may be her last as a candidate.
Maybe it's time for Helen Purcell to go.
Helen Purcell shouldn't be elected again.
That's their right to do that because I'm the one responsible for it.
The Secretary of State calling what happened yesterday completely unacceptable. She plans to launch a statewide full-scale investigation into the local elections policies and procedures. Also, the mayor of Phoenix calling for a Justice Department investigation. Also, there's some talk of maybe lawsuits coming of all of this. We'll have to wait and see. You definitely haven't heard the end of this one because there are just so many angry voters out there. Back to you.
It's the perfect storm. The reduction in polling places combined with record turnout. Thanks so much, Melissa.